Hello beautiful people. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Love Island review, our first review of the week. Guys, I know Sundays are usually our live days, but I have a really early start tomorrow, so I figured if you guys are up for it, should we go on live tomorrow instead? Okay, because you guys know we love a cheeky live on this channel. Also, today's review is coming a little bit later because I actually decided to tune into After Sun because they said Melisha was going to be on, and you guys know we definitely collect all the tea on this channel. So yeah, that's why today's review is coming late, but don't worry, I've got the goodies, I've got the opinions. I know you have as well, so we're going to get into today's review. So as I usually always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. You know we love a chin work on this channel. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. And number 3, please get cozy and comfy with a lovely drink, cold drink at that, because it is still very hot. Can you see the sweat? I'm hot. I have my fan as well, so in case it gets too hot, I'm going to put this on, but I just hope it doesn't interfere with the microphone. But anyway, please get cozy and comfy with a cold drink. And let's get into today's review. So let's start off, of course, with Shakira speaking to Toni. Gasp, right? Yes. So you guys know on Friday's episode, there was the big hoo-ha with Toni and Emily, and all of us were so confused. You remember I said it in the review? I said, guys, I don't really understand the need for the crash out. Have we missed something? Had the producers? And now it's making sense. Yeah. It's making sense. I feel like the producers have definitely missed out a lot of scenes. Definitely they have, because we don't even see Alima and Ramon London in that villa. Okay, so yeah, definitely some scenes are being cut, but we know from today's episode they expanded a bit more on Toni's crash out. So we know Shakira was speaking to Toni about how Emily hasn't really made an effort with them, and basically whenever she makes an effort it's only for gist. I said, really? I wouldn't know. Why? Because the producers don't show us that. Of course, Shakira and I ended up pulling Emily for a chat and pretty much said that, you know, sometimes you can be quite overbearing, sometimes you can be really fake, sometimes you don't know how to read the room, all this different stuff, right? And then of course, Emily was trying to defend herself with all of that, but Shakira just kept saying, like, at the end of the day, yes, we don't all have to be best friends in this villa, but this is just how we feel, and we've noticed that this has been a reoccurring pattern. So it's been something that has been going on episode after episode, but we wouldn't know. Yeah, we wouldn't actually know. And before I even get into like my next piece of commentary, I know. I actually believe Toni and Shakira over, yeah. I'm sorry, I feel like Emily has made alliances with the wrong people. She's doing up, she wants to be part of that trio, make it a quadruple, with Megan, Helena, and Meg and Emily. So that's the clique over there. But yeah, for some reason, I feel like I don't even want to see the evidence. I feel like they're telling the truth. Because even after that conversation, right, essentially Shakira told her, like, I feel like even when I speak to you, you always go back to the other girls and everything. And the second that conversation was done, she proved Shakira's point, because she literally went straight to everyone else in the villa. And Shakira heard her and said, I beg your finest pardon, what did I just come and speak to you about? Shakira now came over to them in the kitchen area and was just like, please, Emily, don't do that. Like, literally, don't do that. Don't say things that I didn't say. That's not fair. That's not nice. Emily's voice, I don't know if that's her natural voice, but she sounded a bit shaky. I don't know. But even Emily, like, when she was speaking to everyone, she was just like, oh, like, I'm Little Miss Sunshine. And I was just thinking, you guys know I'll be doing a lot in these reviews, right? But I was just thinking, if you're truly Little Miss Sunshine, you shouldn't have to say you're Little Miss Sunshine, because people should be calling you Little Miss Sunshine on your behalf. Clock it. Clock it. But no, the chat with Emily and Shakira was very awkward. And yeah, I don't know. Let me know, guys. What side are you on? Are you Shakira and Toni? Or are you Emily and the other girls? Or do you not have a side? Do you have an opinion? Let me know down below, because for some reason I feel like there may be some truth to what Shakira and Toni are saying. Only because I don't think they're lying for some reason. And I feel like the producers have missed out scenes, because we genuinely were all confused at the crash out that took place on Friday with Toni. We genuinely were. Before I move on as well, quickly, Shakira also spoke about the fact that even when Toni was possibly going to be dumped with the whole Melisha and blah, blah, blah situation, that Emily basically was just like, yeah, I'm with Connor, you know, like, I'm good. That she essentially wasn't reading the room for the situation. But like I said, let me know down below. Now, moving on to Harry with his pre-loved clothes. Honestly, I don't understand why he wore that flower on flowers two-piece situ. Like I said in Friday's review, it should have been jeans, a white top, and the blazer. That would have ate, okay? But it was given curtain and curtain. Anyway, he was talking to Shakira and pretty much spoke about how he apologized to Helena, pretty much trying to take accountability for that situation. And once again, flirting with Shakira. We know that more flirting takes place in this episode. And I said it in my last review and I'm going to say it again. Harry is there for a tan and vibes. I don't know why anyone in that villa is taking him seriously. And I fear Casa Amor is going to do so much damage because it's given every single person there is going to recouple someone new. I said it. It's definitely given that because there's not one serious couple in that villa. Of course, we next moving on briefly to Tommy now talking to Ben and the rest of the villa about him being done with Shakira and all that good stuff. I've already given you guys my opinion on Ben and Shakira. I've already said it that the B and Ben stands for boring. I don't feel like Ben actually has any... I don't go through an episode thinking, oh, where's Ben? Do you know what I mean? So I don't really, yeah. And it goes back to what I said in one of my reviews last week, that I feel like Ben only really wanted to be with Shakira because he knew that she was technically the trophy girl of the villa, i.e. all of the guys find her attractive. But even when that attraction and the connection was there, when they were in a couple, it wasn't really there because she found him very boring. And he seems to think that she's the boring one, which is very interesting and given lack of self-awareness. Of course, you knew that Yas GPT, by the way, wow, she has great posture. I'm the only one who's picked up on it. She walks very upright. She sits very upright as well. We already know that there's literally no soul behind her eyes, right? But she ended up pulling Ben for a brief chat. And he literally said that his usual type is brunettes. You guys already know how I feel about people saying that their type is a hair color. I find it very interesting. I actually find it so interesting. But yeah, there was a brief combo going on there. I don't feel like anything is going to stem from that. I think Yas GPT is just being Yas GPT. Now, briefly move on to Harrison and Toni on the terrace having a quick chat about his chances with the other girls in the villa. He did pretty much tell her that out of all of the girls in the villa, he has really good chats with them, or with her, sorry. And then, of course, they ended up sharing a kiss. I don't really have anything. Do I have anything to say regarding that? We'll get into it later because there ends up being a challenge where something comes out. But I don't know... Do I feel like they're forcing it because they're both from Miami? I don't see the connection between Harrison and Toni. Let me know if you do. Let me know. But for me personally, I ain't seeing it. It's just not really, you know, I'm not really seeing the connection. Now, let's of course move on to the next day. So briefly, starting off with Shakira, Toni and Emily having a chat, trying to hash things out. It's given... it's giving the producers dragged Toni to be in that conversation, because even whilst Shakira was just like, listen, I just want to let you know that I don't have a problem with you, Toni was just looking at her like this. She literally was zoned out. It's given the producers actually dragged her and said, Omo, if you don't go and apologize to this babe, you're going to leave the villa. Toni did not want to be there, okay? But of course, they ended up hugging it out. I did find it interesting when Emily was just like, you know, like, obviously I care about you girls and da-da-da-da. And I just don't know, am I buying the act? I just don't think I'm buying the act, guys. I really don't. Let me know if you are. I just don't feel like I'm buying the act. But they ended up hugging it out, and I guess that was hashed. You know it's not hashed out, but yeah. Of course, you knew that Megan now ended up pulling Connor for a chat, and that was quite an interesting conversation. We already know that Connor has already expressed to the other guys that he is interested in Megan, but it was interesting because we don't see Megan and Tommy have many chats, right? We really don't. But Megan was smiling in that chat. Like, every opportunity, she was grinning all 32s. And I was just thinking, wow, I never, ever see her smile like this when it comes to her little Tommy boy. At the same time, Tommy was speaking to Ben, and he was just like, obviously, he's really tired of seeing his girls being pulled in the villa. And it's just giving, you're literally on Love Island. That is not your wife. Y'all ain't engaged. You guys just met 2 weeks ago at that, and you're giving, oh, it's just really annoying, isn't it? When you just see people pulling your girl for a chat. Stop. Stop right there. Now, let us quickly move on as well. Anything else? Helena, just a quick one, because I've already told you guys, I don't see Helena and Harrison becoming a thing, okay? I really don't. We know that Helena's 29. We know that Harrison is 22. I feel like she was just looking for a way out when she realized that, hey, this Harry boy, he's not going to change. And age aside, because I know people be falling in love with all types of people of all ages, right? Legal ages, okay? Please, legal ages. I don't know why I said that, but whatever. But obviously, they were having a chat, and what was so interesting about that chat, I feel like that chat kind of showed me that Harrison was quite young, because he was just like, oh, like, do any girls in the changing room, like, did they say anything about me? Like, has anyone said anything about it? And why are you trying to get that gist from a 29-year-old? It's not interesting. But even he asked her about her opinions with Toni, and initially it was given that Helena was just pretty much like, at the end of the day, I feel like Tony's cool and everything like that, but you know, continue to explore your options. And he was like, I feel like we have good chat. And she was like, yeah, like I feel like we really get a vibe. I do not see Harrison and Helena becoming a thing. It's a waste of scenes because it's not happening. Okay, it's simply not happening. Now moving on briefly to Emily talking to Connor that she felt like he didn't have her back, and that he was more interested before. Guys, this bit was actually quite embarrassing, you know. I'm thinking about it now and I'm actually getting a bit shy, because they were having a conversation and then Emily was just like, I just kind of feel like, you know, you were really interested in me, and you know, at the end of the day I just feel like, you know, you're not interested anymore, like you don't really support me, and I'm a bit confused that you're chatting to other girls, and then you need to remember that. Remember when Connor spoke to Dejon, I think it was like 3 or 4 episodes ago, he was like, you know, I'm an only child and sometimes I don't really feel like talking, and sometimes I feel like with Emily having that conversation with Connor today, Connor got the ick. Guys, I feel like Connor actually got the ick, because even she was just like, what do you want me to do? And I'm just thinking, babe, Love Island, why are you asking a man what you should do? You're on Love Island. Why have you put all your eggs in Connor's basket? Asking a man, should I put myself first on Love Island? Emily, do what you want, please do what you want. And I definitely feel like in that moment he did get the ick, because he definitely had a really good and positive chat with Megan literally 10 minutes before he decided to drag me to have this chat. Okay, next, moving on, we know that they ended up playing the truth or dare game. We're going to get into some of them. I actually wrote all of them down, which is very unlike me. Why did I do that? Should I just get into all of them? Okay, for those who haven't watched it, we'll quickly just get into all of them. Meg was asked to snog the guy who is her ideal type on holiday. She ended up kissing Harrison. Helen was asked that, which islander she would recouple up with if she wasn't in a couple with the person that she's with, and she chose Harrison. Megan asked about Connor, and she basically said that, Megan was asked to speak about Connor, and she basically said that, you know, we're open, Connor's a great guy, but Tommy actually already knows this because obviously I have unfinished business with other people. And then Tommy in his confessionals was just like, unfinished, but I've never heard Megan say that she had unfinished business or that there was unfinished. Did you guys, I don't know, am I just missing scenes, or are the producers just not showing stuff? Because once again, even Megan and Connor, I know he said he found her attractive, but did I miss a scene? I don't think I missed a scene. Next. Connor and Megan again. Shea Butter. Yeah, let me speak about this one. So Shea Butter was asked to basically go around the entire villa, and he has to give his one word, just describe them in one word, right? So we're going to get into the words that he described for everyone, okay? So Helena, mug. Connor, joker. Yasmin, fake. Shakira, cute. Harry, mental. Emily, sweet. Harrison, mysterious. Emily, real. Wait, Emily? Why does I have 2 Emilys? I wonder who that's really for. I don't know who that's for. I don't know. Pretend I didn't say that. Ramel, London, crazy. Meg, fiery. D, smooth. Megan, pretty. Tommy, gentleman. Toni, the B word. And Alima, hard work. Now, I'm not trying to look into this a bit too deep. You guys know on this channel I be doing a lot. Okay, because why not? Let's do a lot. But fiery and hard work. And the thing is, right, I actually somewhat agree with some of the things that he said regarding all the other islanders, but I feel like for Alima's one, I was thinking, what do you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? What do you mean by hard work? And I think I would understand it more if we actually got scenes from it. So even with this, I'm not blaming Sheba. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, okay? Even me, as I'm talking to you guys, this is my opinion. And I always ask for you guys' opinion down below as well. But we don't even see any scenes with Alima to even know if she is hard work. So what do you mean by that? And producers, what could he mean by that? Because we don't know. Okay? But yeah, I just found that quite, you know, my Dr. Uma hair as well. I just found it quite interesting. All right, cool. Of course, we also know as well that nothing else actually, other than the fact that Helena dared Harry to go home. And I can't lie, I chuckled a bit because that's probably the funniest thing that she said since the season has started. Okay, now of course, let's move on to nighttime. So briefly, Connor and Emily were talking, and also Meg was talking to Megan about Connor. Once again, I feel like Connor is just really trying to explore his options. Obviously, him and Emily aren't tied down together or anything like that. I think Megan feels a bit, because we already know, and I think she feels like being with Tommy is a very secure coupling, because we all know that Tommy's seen as a gentleman and he's neutral wherever he needs to be and all this different stuff. But I think, as she said as well, she said that she feels more of an attraction to Connor, which is why she wants to explore that. Of course, you know, they ended up getting a text that the islanders needed to gather around the fire pit because there was going to be a recoupling, in which the girls were going to choose who they wanted to recouple up with. And then the episode ended, and I remember just thinking, like, y'all producers need to stop doing that, okay? We're gonna be tuned into tomorrow's episode regardless. Stop with the cliffhangers, okay? Stop with the cliffhangers when things should be making sense. But yeah, that was that episode. But as you guys already know, I did also watch After Sun, so I will quickly speak about Melisha and then I'll just round up this video. But Melisha, of course, came onto After Sun. Wow, the hair was laid. The hair was chef's kiss. She looked absolutely gorgeous. I did already say this. Sorry, guys, I'm actually getting really hot and this fan needs to go on. I did already say this when Melisha left, that I do feel like Melisha was robbed. I feel like Melisha had so much more to give. I really wish she didn't put all her eggs in Dejon's basket. I really do. And I really wish as well that they possibly brought her in for Casa Amor. She didn't get a fair chance. Like, even she said it before they actually interviewed her, that she didn't even get to wear half of her clothes. I don't even think she even got to wear a quarter. Do you hear what I mean? But of course, she was asked about, you know, time in the villa, and she said, you know, she really does like Toni, but the second she heard that Harrison was from Miami, she just knew she was going home. And I knew it as well. We all knew it, guys. Even when he was like, am I your usual type? And she was like, oh yeah, like, you know. I just thought, no. And then when he said that he lived in Miami, we know that Toni lives in Miami, it was given already. They were just foreshadowing the fact that she was going to be leaving. But of course, she did say that she doesn't think Dejon and Meg will last and that there are a lot of red flags. Now, we've already identified some of the red flags in Dejon, aka the fact that he is actually quite manipulative, or that Meg is actually easily manipulated. But Melisha also said that her and Dejon had really good chats and that the chemistry was there and that she definitely feels that there was potential for growth. She also said that Meg does too much and she would have actually gone for shea butter if she didn't actually go. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm going to switch it up and quickly round this up. But yeah, she would have actually gone for shea butter as well as a second choice because he is fine. And that's the truth. Shea butter is fine, but he still needs to let us know what he meant by that comment. He needs to let us know. Of course, she did say that she really loves Yasmin and that she's a serious bombshell. And also that if Dejon slid into her DMs, it is a thank you, but no thank you. So yeah, I do stick by what I said when it comes to Melisha. I do feel like she was robbed. I feel like Melisha could have given us so much more. And I actually wished that... do you think they will bring her back in for Casa Amor? I don't know. I won't put anything past these producers. They possibly could, you know. Who even knows? But yeah, I do wish that she actually came in for Casa Amor rather than coming in as a bombshell because she actually didn't stand a chance. But yeah, right now there's a lot going on in the villa. Of course, you know that Connor now likes Megan, who we know is liked by Tommy. We know that Harry likes Shakira, who is also liked by Ben. But also Shakira and Helena like Harry. Not really understanding still, but yeah, there's a kind of a lot going on at the moment. Let's see how this week kind of, you know, let's see what this week actually kind of brings. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on today's activities in today's episode. As always, let me know down below if you agree, disagree, whatever. You guys know it's a safe space on this channel as long as you respect other people. But yeah, guys, that is literally it. Let me know down below if you would like us to go on live tomorrow or if we should go just wait till next week Sunday and go on live then. But yeah, I think that's it. So other than that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a lovely start to the new week. I hope you guys have an amazing day tomorrow at work. Capitalism is actually a scam, is it not? Yeah, I'm going to end this video now because I'm just rambling on. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please do take care, stay blessed, subscribe if you haven't already, and also follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter. And I shall see you guys tomorrow in our next one. Bye!